Hello, hi guys. So this is the thought. No, we just did got done with the thought of the day video, and it'll be up on the channel in some time. So today we are. I'm reading my book. I'm continuing to read my book, uh, Happiness in Your Skin. I have, by the way, five more books to read after this. So there's a lot of content that I'm gonna read. I'm gonna explain. I've written books on philosophy. There's a book which I've written. It's called Free Will: The Essential Illusion. It's about where do thoughts come from, and do we have control on our thoughts. So that's that book about. I've written a book. I've written a short story book. I've written a poetry book. I've written a fiction, which is a pure play love story. I've also written a happiness book. Obviously, I'm reading that right now. And the sixth book that I've written is a short book. It's a short story, a one pure play short story. That's about what if birds didn't know that they could fly. It's about finding your passion. That's a story about finding your passion, right? So those are the six books I've written. This is the first book that I'm reading on this channel. I'm going to read rest of the five books also. Hopefully by the time I'm reading these books, I'll be putting out more books. Because I'm writing a blog, and it's already about 1,50,000 words, and by next year it'll have over 600,000 words, because I'm writing every day, at least 25 days again, a month, and it'll have over 600,000 words by next year. Hmm? Yeah, so let's go. So there's a lot of content that I planned for this channel, and the whole idea of this content is to make you think, is to make you. It's not a. This is not a vlog channel. I wish I could do a vlog. I've been thinking about doing a vlog, but I've tried all of that shit. But I'm not the kind of guy who talks about, I am, this is my home, and I'll take you through a home tour. And I don't do that shit. Like, I just don't even enjoy it. So you can only do stuff you enjoy. You can only do stuff that you find meaningful. So this is what I find meaningful. I'll talk about learning. I'll talk about how to become a better person. I'll talk about how to become a happier person. Not that I'm completely happy as a person. There are a lot of flaws that there are there in my life which I'm trying to fix. But becoming a happy person is a goal, is the only goal of our life, and that should be the only goal of your life also, because that is the only purpose of life, to become a happier person. Only when we learn to become happier as people, we can actually make other people happier also, right? A miserable person cannot make anybody happier. Simple as that. Only a happy person can make other people happier. So it's worth spending the effort to become a happy person. So let's understand mental health, right? So mental health has become quite a popular topic in the pop culture these days. Hmm. I like red wine. Mental health has become quite a popular topic in the pop culture these days, because a lot of people are talking about mental health. A lot of people are saying a lot of stuff around mental health. It is important. Obviously, it's important, because I don't see why any reason why people would not talk about being mentally unhealthy. But again, it is a process by which you can stay. You can keep your mental health healthy, right? Like you can keep your physical health healthy. Similarly, you can do things to keep your mental health healthy. So let's see what I've written here. I don't even remember. So I have content here. Why am I talking? So mental health. The mind stays inside the body. The mind stays inside the body, and therefore the health of the body affects the state of the mind. That's a great start. What I'm saying here, the mind stays inside the body, and the state of the body therefore affects the state of the mind, right? So you need to take care of the body to start with, to take care of the mind. Similarly, one second. Okay, this is not happening. So, wow. Similarly, state of mind affects the state of the body. So, state of mind also affects the state of the body. That means body affects the mind, and the mind affects the body. Depression is becoming a virus which is spreading throughout society. More and more people are coming out and admitting that they have mental health issues. More and more people are coming out and admitting they have mental health issues. Celebrities like Chester Bennington, Anthony Bourdain, and Robin Williams recently committed suicide. Recently means in the last couple of years. Um, which make people and their fans wonder what went wrong with their lives. They were extremely successful people, and if they committed suicide, it makes the world kind of disillusioned, right? Because you wonder that these are the kind of people you admire, these are the kind of people you want to be like, and when they commit suicides, You wonder what the hell went wrong, because there has to be some sort of a holistic understanding of our lives, and there are parts of life. So they were these guys were clearly professionally successful. Chester Bennington, Anthony Bourdain, and Robin Williams, they were professionally successful. They had achieved success by by reaching their dreams, which not even 1% of people in the world are able to do that. They did that, and even then they committed suicide. Let's face it, life is difficult for most of us, and it takes a lot of effort to stay mentally healthy. I was depressed at a point in time. It was the time when things totally went out of my hands. It was 2007. That's a true story of me being depressed. That's the only time I've been under clinical depression. So that's the story. It was 2007. I was in Singapore for my MBA. Suddenly something happened. I started feeling that I was inferior to the rest of the class. Realistically, I was doing well, and I did not even realize that. One negative thought led to another, and I became so severely depressed that I had to quit the MBA and I had to come back to India. While back here, I was put on antidepressants as recommended by a psychiatrist, and the treatment went on for a few months. I recovered and went back to my MBA. I never took any medicine once I was back. Rather, I got busy in finding myself instead of competing with others. Personally, I've always felt that depression is an outcome of fundamental faults in our lives. Personally, I've always felt that depression is an outcome of fundamental faults in our lives. So, a lot of people say that depression is the outcome of chemical reactions. That's fine. I mean, there may be chemical reactions that occur in the brain, but those chemical reactions have a reason. Okay, there's a reason. I mean, you won't see someone who's got all areas of their life completely fine. And when I say all areas, I mean professional and personal. These are the two key areas of life which make our lives better, or which fuck up our lives. Literally, these are the two main areas. Nobody dies because very few people commit suicide because of their friends, because their friends fuck up their lives. I mean, rare, right? Because we have a distance between our friends and our lives, right? That's the reason they're called friends, because there's a line which is the difference between personal lives and social lives, or personal lives, or professional lives and social lives. We discuss our personal and social lives we discuss our professional and personal lives with our friends. They're not a part of those lives, because most of our times get spent in either personal or professional lives, right? So there are fundamental faults either in our professional life or either in our personal life, because of which people commit suicide or they get depressed. These faults emanate either from a personal or work lives. Social lives also at times are a reason for people getting depressed or committing suicides, which I don't agree with. All the written here, like in cases of ragging or peer pressure, but that's not social life, though that's harassment. However, friends are different. It is our decision whom we choose as friends. Friends don't make us feel low, do they? And if they do, they're not as friends. So there are fundamental reasons which cause pain over a period of time, and that causes people to feel depressed. They feel so low that it feels almost impossible to return to a stable mental state. In order to cure the malaise of negative thinking and depression, which are an output of an unhealthy mind, we need to hit upon the cultural, familial, and social pressures. We need to fight the pressures which create the kind of expectations that lead to depressions and suicides. So many students in India commit suicide every year when the board exams are declared. Why? They do so because they feel they can't get through to their particular choice of college or university, and it will stop them from leading a good life. Their parents also put pressure on them to perform. Individuality somewhere gets lost in the heat to conform to the pressures of the society. I can't say this any better than what I've written in the book so far. Every child has it in him, her to excel at something or the other. Every child has it in him or her to excel at something or the other. The school system needs to find out ways to help children figure out what they're naturally good at. Then it needs to align in such a way that the students can excel at what they're good at and get by with subjects they don't normally enjoy. When these kids hit the job market after completing their education, the same pressures exist as well. You're supposed to get better at your weaknesses instead of working on your strengths. So people start feeling low about their lives, and a history of feeling low leads to depression. Let me repeat this. A history of feeling low leads to depression. Similarly, bad personal relationships lead people to feel perennially low about their lives. It's important to feel good about the people we spend majority of our time with. If you don't, it leads to a feeling of sadness and helplessness. Okay, this is a long section. Do you want me to keep going, or should I break down? No, no, no. So we're finishing mental health in about a minute, and these feelings lead to depression. I briefly touched upon some reasons why people may feel in a low mental state. Right? In order to maintain mental health, it's important to be in a peak state of physical health and ensuring that we take actions which make us happy in our minds too. Right? Mental health is about making the right choices in life. It's also about correcting the wrong choices. Right? So that's where we stop about mental health. We will do emotional health tomorrow. I will start with emotional health tomorrow. And the crux of this video about mental health is that it is bad mental health is an output of fundamental faults in our lives, fundamental faults which exist in our personal lives, fundamental faults which exist in our professional lives. People do not get depressed, people do not fuck up their mental health because of their friends. um, most of the time, right? So in case you are struggling with your mental health, you need to fix your personal or professional lives. There's something seriously rotten there, right? Because medicines can't fix your lives. They're only placebos which fix your life for a particular period of time till you get back and are able to fight yet again, right? So take care of your mental health. Fix what needs to be fixed because you will have to fix it. There's nobody else who will fix it. All right, that's where we'll end today. Thank you for watching. I hope you happiness. I hope you find your joy. And in case I can help, please let me know in the comments. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.